about the Appalachian encounters. Apparently, it is very spooky to be in the Appalachian Mountains. And recently, there seems to be a Greek god roaming around. His name is Pan. Pan is the Greek god of the wild, shepherds and flocks, often depicted with legs and horns of a goat. There is an encounter that is making the rounds on TikTok. It is very spooky, of a woman that had an encounter with this beast. Hello, I see there's someone there. Thanks for the heart. Who do I have in my spooky channel tonight? Let us know. Who do I have here? Okay, so I will tell you the story for the listeners that are not live. There's this woman that went camping with her husband. The thing is, her husband did not know of the lore in the Appalachian Mountains. He had no idea when he brought her there. I don't know if she knew, but she was in for one. So as they're camping, she's having so much fun on these mountains. But it starts to get dark. And as it gets dark, they decide to go to sleep. At dawn, she sees something. It's a dark figure. And she doesn't believe that she's awake. She believes she's dreaming. She sees a dark figure with horns coming out of its head. She pinches herself to see if she's dreaming, but she's not. Horrified to realize that she was not dreaming, there was this figure was watching her sleep at her foot of her, I say bed, but really it's the camp thing. She's frozen with horror. I don't know about you, but fight or flight or freeze, what would you do? And the beast was just watching her, and out of exhaustion she fell asleep. The thing is, they were trapped in the Appalachian Mountains because their trip was a few days. I don't know if she told her husband, but the next day it happened again. This encounter is by, I'm going to give you her name because I saw it on TikTok. And the reason she knew it was Pan was because the description she gave was a figure with horns in the wild. She went to go see a psychic, and the psychic told her Pan was visiting her. I do want to give her credit for her encounter. Her name is A Woman in Her Stories on TikTok, and she had a spooky encounter with Pan. Pan is a very interesting mythological creature because he is, body of a man, but the lower part is of a goat, and he has hoofs and he has horns, right? And there's something about Pan's flute. I wonder if I heard it, because as a child I would hear a flute calling me towards the forest. Ooh, Pan's flute is called the Sphinx. It was created after he fell in love with a nymph Sphinx. When the Sphinx was transformed into reeds, the river god to escape Pan. That's interesting. he fashioned a musical instrument from them. Tone Champ says, hi, welcome to my channel. Welcome. On this channel, we just talk about all the weird stuff. I was just talking about some Appalachian Mountain encounters. Have you heard of all the people who have encountered all the spooky things there? There are apparently a lot of skinwalker stories there too. Do you guys like spooky stories? Yeah, that's awesome. Have you encountered anything creepy in your life? Let us know in the comments below. Let me see something. So, this encounter is by Stoner Toilet Bowl. That's a funny username. He says, when I was about 7. Oh, hello, Curbsy and Dylan. Welcome back, you guys. Oh, thanks for the compliment, Dylan. Welcome. So, I'm reading an Appalachian encounter. You have to be very brave to go to those mountains. When I was about 7, my family and our friend's family went on a joint ski trip to the Hidden Valley Ski Resort in Somerset, Pennsylvania. Wait, I always get confused. Let me actually make sure something. 1 second. How are you guys, by the way? Okay. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that this story was factual. Oh my god, don't. This is your so attractive. Thank you. That's funny. Tone. Okay, so when I was about 7, my family and our friend's family went on a joint ski trip to the Hidden Valley Ski Resort in Somerset, Pennsylvania, in the Appalachian Mountains. My younger brother and I didn't really know how to ski, so we were both leaning. My brother wanted to practice on a bunny hill for beginners, so we were practicing there for a while. Note, Bunny Hill was right in front of the resort while the rest of the ski paths were up the mountain. Let me see. Trying to see if this encounter is entertaining. Oh no. Unequal says hello, welcome. I don't know, this encounter is kind of like not my favorite. I'd rather just talk to you guys. I will tell you something spooky that happened to me. So, the other day when I was in Marshall's, something tells me to talk to a woman that's looking at something, and just to like send her positive vibes, you know? And so I talked to her, you know, and she leaves with a smile. And the thing is, you know how they say that there's creatures that live amongst us? I think there was a lower dimensional creature sending her negative energy, because we were laughing and I was making her happy, and I walk away and I feel something staring at me, like staring, and I look, and it's this woman that works there, an older woman, and she's staring at me like this. and she has the bluest, iciest eyes. The thing is, her eyes looked unhuman. And she was sending me hate. Like, it was like she didn't like that I spoke to this, like something my gut told me, talk to this other woman and make her happy and send her love. And I did that. And then as I walk away, I feel this, I feel something on the other side. And it's this woman, and I'm looking, she's like straight, like not moving a muscle and just staring at me with her icy eyes. And I could tell she was mad at me because she must have been targeting that lady. Do you know what I mean? Like, my intuition, like I like the spooky stuff, but my job in this world is to spread love and light. We'll do spooky stories and stuff. And my intuition was to talk to that lady and just have a good interaction and send her some happiness, positive vibes, you know? And it was a great interaction. And then I just felt this, like someone was pissed off at me for doing that. That other lady was targeting this lady, and I interjected. And then I turn around and I look at her, and she's like this. And her eyes are not human. You know those people who are saying, like, that's not human, like the airplane girl, or people who say the reptile people. Her blue eyes did not look human at all. She was not moving a muscle. She was like, and just pure hatred, like. Imagine that, like a store employee she was like a store employee on the other side just staring at you with pure hatred. And I look at her and I smile. And I smile like, you can't affect me. And yes, I'll send you some positive vibes if you want it. But yes, I helped her. I don't know. I feel like there's a spiritual world war in this weird reality. And it's just good and bad. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's more than the naked eye can see, you know? Okay, let me catch up to the comments real quickly. What is your name? My name is Paulina. You're a sweetheart, sweet. Louis says hi. What's your name? Hey, Nicholas. Tony says, oh, hello. Carlos says, Tony says, yes, wow. Yes, there is, it's so weird. Our society is not normal. Like, there are things that just like people are so closed off to, and it's crazy. Give me a second. My notifications are going crazy right now. I don't know why. Let me see if I can. Oh, I can't do anything about it. If I get another one, is there someone outside my door? No. Sorry, I lost track because my phone is just notifying. Okay, so in this realm, there's so much that we can't see. There's so much that is going, like, happening. You know, like, spiritually, like, you think you're interacting with a human, but you're not. Or you think there are angels amongst us and there are devils amongst us. Like, I don't even know it's not necessarily Christian. It's just like, it's just good and bad entities everywhere. It's so weird. And then there's like humans. I don't know how to explain it. And there's humans that have a purpose. Like on TikTok, I tell spooky, scary stories, you know? And I like that too, but my purpose in this world is to spread love and light, you know? I'll talk to you guys, like, I'll be real, like, I like spooky stuff, but you guys are powerful souls that are magically, spiritually powerful, and you can't let anybody take that away from you. You can accomplish anything you want. Anything is possible. This whole reality is malleable. And protect your energy, you know? I don't know how to explain. Look at Mr. Jerry over here. Jerry's happy to be part of the conversation. Guran-san says, love you. Hi. But it's more than the average person can see. And I feel like people are starting to open up and wake up more to what's around them. and what's creating their reality. So I just thought that was kind of cool. Blanca says, saludo acá de Uruguay, tan lindo de Halloween. Yes, Halloween. Also, the veil is much thinner now. And I also kind of believe a little bit. And the whole point of me doing this is to create a community where we can share our ideas and stuff, you know? So just feel free to share. But I also kind of believe that, like, we're constantly shifting into different realities. So shift into the magical reality, into the reality where everything works out for you, because it does. Your brain, like, what you focus on, your brain creates more of, right? I am focused on creating this community and growing it, right? I love this and spreading happiness. Sometimes I'll get distracted with those energy. There's like these weird, like, even with social media and everything, like everything, you know how a battery has energy and it has power, and you can use it to power different things, and energy can be used for everything, right? We have energy. We're like a battery. So all of these, like, ideas and things, you're feeding into these energies that are feeding a system, right? So if there is like if there are entities that live off of fear, like fear, chaos, energy, they're creating chaotic things on social media, so you can keep feeding that and you'll keep getting more of it, right? So feed on the good. You know, I know our instinct is to look at the bad sometimes, but I have to tell this to myself too. Focus on the good. You want to feed to that stream. It's like energy. Everything is energy. Everything is bad. We're little batteries. Our souls are little batteries too. Carlos says, you make me happy. I'm glad I make you happy. Dan Anderson says, shared out and smash likes, my beautiful friend. Yes, thank you. Tony says, trophy, I love that, thank you. Curtis says, how's your knee? I hope you feel better, Paulina. So my knee is doing a little bit better. It's still in a little bit of pain. I had an armor that I was so I worked today, but then I had some time, so I was staining the armor. And I don't know, this smell kind of gave me a migraine a little bit, but I don't know, I am getting distracted. My knee is doing better every day, every minute. Thank you, Sales, for healing. It's still in the healing process. Diana says, positive energy always. Yes. Todd Baker says, hello, Bam. Hello. Vampire in the house. In the house. What's the subject tonight? So I actually started with the Appalachian Mountains. I will tell you, the first, I'll repeat it since almost everybody that I started the video with, like, we have new people. So there's this lady on TikTok that she went camping with her husband in the Appalachian Mountains. I don't know about that. Would you do that? Like, there's so much lore. The thing is, I don't know if she knew about all the lore. And she said she was having a wonderful time. Like, I think I want to let you know, like, I think this plays into it. She was having a wonderful time with her husband, just doing all kinds of things in the forest, okay? And then she said that when she went to go to sleep in their tent, that at her foot, she sees a figure, and this figure has horns, okay? And the thing is, when she sees this figure with horns, she intuitively thinks, oh, I'm dreaming, right? Because she's half asleep. So then she's like, I'm gonna pinch myself. So she's laying there and she pinches herself and it hurts. And that's when she realized, oh, I am not dreaming. Like, this is real. So then, horrified, she just stays there looking at it, and it's just looking at her. And she explains that it was like a weird feeling. and like I was reading her comments too, and I'll give her a shout out in a second. She explains that like it was a weird feeling because her reaction to this thing that was standing there staring at her was just to freeze and then get so tired and fall asleep. But she wasn't scared enough where she like screamed or run away. It was like a comforting scared reaction. And the thing is, it happened like they stayed there for a few nights in the Appalachian Mountain, and it did happen again. And she said that it wasn't so many things can be like the horns thing, right? She said she went to go see a psychic later on, and the psychic told her what visited her was Pan, from Greek mythology. Pan. I don't know if you know about Pan, but Pan, this like Greek god or whatever, he likes to deity. He likes to frolic in forests. He loves frolicking in forests. He loves having a lot of fun in forests. So it looks like her energy that her and her husband had while they were in the forest attracted him. And it looked like he liked them and she was there. Which is so interesting. Okay, let me catch up on the comments real quickly. Heat says, good morning, ma'am. Good morning. Game says, are those fangs for her neck? Yee. I don't know. You have to check out one of my other videos to tell. Dan Anderson, the Madness Shadow, says Pan's Labyrinth. You know, I love the movie Pan's Labyrinth and the Spanish version, El Laberinto, something, El Laberinto something. The Spanish one is way creepier than the English one, but the English one is like a musical, which is nice. Todd Baker says, there's a video showing a policeman get out of the car. They heard the loudest scream and they ran back to the car at the Appalachian Mountain. No way. So the policeman got out of the car, heard this, was it like a screech or a scream? Wait, that makes no sense. Aren't they policemen? Shouldn't they run towards the screaming person to help them? But was the scream like very low, like scary, like a monster, you know? So, I mean, I guess that's the difference, right? Carlos says, you have a good aura of energy. Thanks. Tone Champ says, and play the Pluto. Yeah, the flute. Yeah, Pan does play the flute, which makes me think, you know why? Because when I was a little girl, I lived near a forest, and I would hear like music and a flute kind of luring me in to the forest. And I really wanted to go, and I knew I wasn't allowed to go into the forest, but it was just so beautiful, the music that was luring me in. It was not like this music. This is like creepy music that I have here. I wonder if it was Pan. I used to think it was like the Fae, you know, nature spirits trying to lure in children because they love children. They're so playful. The energy of children are playful and happy. Okay, so I used to play the clarinet. I kind of want to learn how to play. So I played the clarinet when I was in middle school, but then I changed school. So the clarinet was part of middle school, so I never got to play it ever again. I had to give it back, which is sad. But I really liked it. And I kind of want to learn how to play the Native American flute. I think it's just so healing. All these I have spooky music right now, but all these like natural instruments are so healing to the soul. Sagoli says, wow, sexy hot girl. Oh, thanks. Dan Anderson, awesome movies, Paulina. Yes. Pan's Labyrinth, El Laberinto de something. I forgot the Spanish version. Sagoli says, hello, babes. Do you have a boyfriend? Yes, I do have a boyfriend. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, there are many creepy movies too. Oh yeah, so the Appalachian Mountains, it's so scary. The most encounters people have had are usually like skinwalkers. So like they see like this weird, bizarre creature, maybe looks like a werewolf coming towards them, but their eyes don't look like a werewolf. They look like another monster, like shapeshift into werewolf. Or maybe they'll see their dog. There's a famous one where the dog is barking outside. the guy lives in Appalachian Mountains, and he has a glass door, and the dog is barking aggressively outside through the glass door, and he's looking at it, and the dog's eyes don't look good. They look like really messed up, and he looks to the side, and his dog is next to him. So whatever was barking outside the glass door was not his dog. And that video did look really scary. So a lot of people that live in the Appalachian Mountains, they actually close all their blinds before going to sleep. Like before sundown, they close all their blinds and everything because they don't want to see anything outside. They don't want anything staring at them through their window. I can't live like that. Can you imagine? Oh my God, that's so spooky. Carlos Dean says dogs know a lot. Dogs do know a lot. Yes. But that one was not a real dog. Dun dun dun. Yeah, Appalachian Mountain stores are really cool. There's a nurse that she went to she had gone to, so she was the type of nurse that she goes to people's houses and does like a check on them. And she said that she went, and this is all in the Appalachian Mountains. She said that she went to this she's elderly house to do like a wellness check on this woman. And first off, when she gets there, it was like this weird like road, you know, winding road. It was like the only house there. And then she goes inside, and this woman has the creepiest things. Okay? She has dolls all over her, like all over the TV, everywhere, and they're all like in circles facing each other. The dolls are all looking at each other, and they're so creepy. And the thing is, like, the lady at her house, she's obviously, this is an older lady, and she's obviously like a hoarder. So she has like stuff all over her house, everywhere. And the lady asks this woman, hey, can you move one of my dolls to face you? And she says, no, I'm not supposed to move your doll. And I'm not supposed to touch your stuff. That's what she said. I'm not supposed to touch your stuff. And the woman says, please, she's going to get mad at me. And it freaks this nurse out. All she's supposed to do is do a wellness check on this older woman. And she's like, no, I'm not supposed to touch other people's stuff. So then, she has like her clipboard, and she's doing checks, like asking her health questions and all of that. And the thing is, like, that the older woman keeps interrupting her and saying, please move my doll to face you. She's going to be mad at me. And she's like, I cannot touch your things. And the thing is, there's like this horrible, like, rotting smell in the house too. It's pretty bad. And then she swears that one of the dolls, like, she looks back at them, and one of the dolls, they're all facing each other. One of the dolls had shifted to look at her. And it freaked her out. And she was like, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. And then she quickly does a wellness check for her job. And she tells the woman that she has to go. And the woman grabs her hand like she needs help. She felt like maybe like those dolls are like harassing this woman. And she told her she has to go. And she actually did send help for that woman because she did not pass the wellness check. She was hoarding all her stuff. There's a horrible smell and all of this stuff. But she got out of there as soon as she can. I would have not touched that doll for anything. Like, oh my God. That doll was definitely possessed. Like, 100%. Okay, so let me catch up on the comments real quickly. Cigarros Caliente, girl, te amo, thank you. The hearts my fire services point. Thank you, Jim Decker, sweet. Hermosa, mi amor, thank you. I love a good scary story. Yeah, scary stories. Country Kirby, welcome back again. If you guys have any scary encounters, let us know. Or stories, let us know here in the comments. Valbrudo says hi. So it says, wow, you have vampire tooth. Beautiful. Oh, thanks. Teeth or tooth, I don't know English, just a little bit I understand. It would be teeth, because there's two of them. Plural teeth, singular tooth. Thank you, Country Kirby. What do you know about adrenochrome? Talk about a scary story. Wait, was I just looking into that? Give me a second. Adrenochrome. Is that? No. What is adrenochrome? No, I was thinking of something else. Adrenochrome is a chemical compound produced by oxidation of adrenaline. Ooh. I guess because of the scary stories, people can get a little bit of adrenaline, but also the lady. She was definitely scared. Like, she wanted to get out. Tell about a scary story. Okay, Kirby bro, thanks. Yeah, she definitely wanted to get out. That was so scary. Okay, I can tell you guys a really scary story. Sumar says, where are you from? Florida. Florida, girl here. Okay, so let me think. There's some on TikTok that I've said. Oh, this one's really creepy. Okay, I'm gonna get creepy. There was this little girl named Emily. And Emily was only 8 years old. Emily lived with her dad. And it was just her dad and Emily. Emily was a happy little girl. She had everything she ever wanted. And her dad was a great man that always took care of her. Unfortunately, Emily's mom had gone crazy 2 years ago because she swore she saw something outside the window. So Emily's mom was hospitalized. Her dad made sure that Emily was mentally healthy. He always told Emily that what her mom saw was not real. He promises. The thing is, the dad might have been wrong. You see, one night, Emily goes to sleep, and it's kind of like already 2, 2:30, 2:45, 3. She can't fall asleep. Why can't Emily fall asleep? There's something that is scaring her. The thing is, for the past few days, Emily has been hearing noises outside the window. But she never dares to look because her dad had told her what her mom had seen wasn't real. Emily tonight decides to look. She looks outside the window, and I have to preface that Emily and her dad lived in the middle of the forest. It was a house with grassland around it, and then around the grassland was a steep forest, okay? And her window was facing some grass, and then at the end, forest trees. She decides to look out the window. When she looks out the window, she sees something. She sees a figure in the tree. It's just standing there. The thing is, the figure looks tall. It's like 10 feet tall. Looks like a man. Looks like a man with a top hat. And all she sees is a man smiling at her. And he waves. The thing is, Emily knew if she told her dad, he would be mad. Because her dad told her that there's nothing outside. But she was so scared, she ran to her dad's room. Oh, poor Emily. She tells her dad, and her dad is pissed. He does not want Emily to go through what he saw his wife go through. So his dad takes Emily, storms into the room, and opens the window and says, "Look, there is nothing there. I promise you, Emily, look, there is nothing there." And Emily is crying. Her dad is being dramatic. But you see, her dad has a reason to be dramatic. He lost his wife to insanity. He doesn't want to lose his child. So she's crying and she agrees to go back to bed. And her dad closes the curtains and tells her not to look outside. And storms off into his room. The next night, actually, that morning, Emily apologizes to her dad. And she says that she promised she won't see anything anymore, as if she could control that. Oh, poor Emily. She has no idea what she's about to go through. The next night, Emily hears something. But it's kind of early. She had gone to bed at 8:30 p.m. So she ignores it and she falls deep into sleep. But guess what? 2:30 hits, 2:45, 3 a.m. hits, and Emily wakes up and she hears it's a tapping. Something is tapping at her window. Oh no, poor Emily. What could it be? What could it be? She is frightened of it, but she's frightened of her dad's reaction if she tells him. So all she does is she puts the covers over her head and shivers. And she doesn't tell her dad. She is frightened the whole day. But she knows if she tells her dad, he will be mad. He will be angry. So she doesn't say a peep. The next day, it's already 10 p.m. And her dad says, "Emily, you are past your bedtime. Go to sleep." And Emily doesn't want to. She doesn't tell her dad why. But she's so afraid to go into her room. She's terrified. But her dad says, "Go." So she goes into her room. And she leaves the lights on. The thing is, her dad sees that the light is on. So he comes in turns off the lights, and shuts the door. And she is so scared. But she manages to fall asleep. Again. 11, 12, 1, 2, 2:30, 2:45, 3. Something is calling out for Emily. The thing is, she ignores it, and it gets faster. It's tapping at her window. And she hears a whisper. Emily, open. Emily, help me. Emily. She's so frightened, but it is persistent. So she slowly gets out of bed and starts to walk towards the window and opens the curtain as her hands shiver. And she sees him. Emily. Emily. You are mine. Forever. The top hat man opens the window, and Emily is frozen in fear. And he takes her. He takes her with her. The thing is, the top man puts his hand on Emily and drives her insane. The next morning, the dad finds Emily with her eyes pushed all the way back, laughing at the corner of the room. Dad, I met him. I'm just like Mom. The dad lost his mother, his wife, and Emily. It's kind of his fault, isn't it? He didn't listen to his daughter. He should have listened. He didn't listen to his wife. They all told him, there is a man outside watching us. And he did nothing to protect his family. That's the end of the spooky story. Did you guys enjoy it? I can see someone's freaking out in the comments. Okay, so let me catch up on the comments real quickly. Okay, so I'm 501. Jesus, those. Paul says, I am happy to know your vampire mobile is back to life again, ready for my adventures. Yeah, not gonna lie. So, good evening, sis. How are you? I'm doing good. You got thumbs up. Hi, beautiful. This is fun. Storytelling. Yes. I'm scared right now. Chris, you're very scary. Very spooky. Paul says, Emily, come out to play. Emily, come out to play. Look at that. It's Randy. It's her. Turkey. Nice story. I'm happy I wake up to hear this. That was a great storytelling. Yay! Welcome back, Anonymous, by the way. Welcome back again. Yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I usually do my storytellings more on TikTok. But I have to I'm trying to find the perfect balance with TikTok and YouTube. With YouTube, I mostly just talk to you guys. We talk about our reality and all that stuff. And then I'm mostly on YouTube though. I'm trying to just cut out more time for TikTok too and plan that a little bit better. But this is fun. I just love, talking to you guys and chilling, and we just talk about everything. So the Orson of Dawn says wicked tea. Thanks. This is either fans. Journal says hi. I just sit here and listen, laugh aloud. So we just said 21. Cool. Yeah, I know. Just like chilling with you guys. The Appalachian stories are spooky, but it's funny. I'm so girly at the same time. I'm just like, love and light, yeah. But also spooky stories. I guess it does give you a little bit of an adrenaline hit, doesn't it? Now I kind of want to learn more about Pan, the Greek mythology, the god, like deity, the one with the flute, because of the encounter of that lady on TikTok that she was saying that she saw Pan. Let me see if I can find some information on him. And also, it kind of reminds me of, have you guys seen the newest Sabrina? Wait, is Burning Man an effigy for Pan, the lab Pan? I've heard some crazy things about Burning Man too. So Pan is the Greek god of shepherds, flocks, nature, and wilderness, known for his goat-like features and playing the panpipes. He is mischievous and lustful deity who lives in the wilds of Arcadia rather than on the Mount Olympus, and is credited for inspiring the word panic. He is a son of Hermes and Nymph. Interesting. Gary says, love your red hair, just beautiful. Thanks. Sabrina Carpenter. It's nice. I wonder, I feel like in Ireland they probably have like tributes to Pan. Let me see. Let's see. He is like a half goat, half man. I wonder if he like brings you good luck. I think he's just like playful. Oh my god. It says he's nature loving god. Let's see. It's so interesting. Gary Uncle, this is not red hair. What? Paul says, I love Greek mythology. Have you seen the stories of Gorgon? Ireland has also stories of Banshee. Ooh, the Banshee is very interesting because a lot of people are scared of the Banshee. They said if you see this screeching woman, so this woman with just white hair and she's screeching, that means that death is around the corner. So people, all she does is screech. She's just a woman with white hair screeching. And sometimes some people I've read encounters where they like see the woman screeching outside their window, like plastered on their window. That's very scary. Like, I'd rather not see it. Like, if they have a family member that's sick or something and they see this woman, they know the family member is probably going to die. But let me look up Gorgon. Let's see. Gorgon, Greek mythology. Let's see. Ooh. Gorgons were three monstrous sisters, Thenos, Euryale, and Medusa, known for their terrifying appearance, including faces that could turn onlookers to stone. Oh, yes! That reminds me of Percy, like Percy Jackson. There was a Gorgon in that movie, and they're so scared to look at her because she would turn, like, people, like the little snake thing, into stone. I've seen that lady. That one's really interesting, this snake hair. And then they would take her head and turn people. Okay, so Curbsy says, how is your palm? It's sore. So the palm is fine. You can see like this, but my knee still hurts. And it's still healing. I think it's just like a really big bruise right here. So it's still healing though. It's getting better every day. Sometimes I just need to stretch it out. But the palm is just like the little thingies, you know. Stella says bye. Bye. Ooh, I have like a spare little Android phone. So I left it on my boyfriend's place, but if I had it here, I would show you what I'm seeing. There are so many cool depictions of the Gorgon or Medusa. I didn't know Medusa, her bottom half was like a snake too. I did not realize that. I thought it was just her top half. Why is she so scary? Has she always been known as like a scary creature? All I see is like snake hair with red eyes. Ooh, that gave me a flashback. When I was a little girl, I remember, so I used to see a lot of like, it was so weird. I lived in there was this lady that used to watch us, right? And this lady lived in like this really old house that was like falling apart, right? She was like a family member. And in this place there, the Spanish had colonized. And I would sit outside and just see like what looked like spirits just living their life. It was like I was seeing into another timeline, because they didn't feel like ghosts. They just felt like they were living. It was like a busy street, but I would see like colonial people dressed up and just living their life in this busy street. I was just like peering into the past. That's what it felt like as a little girl. But they didn't see me, right? And I would just sit on the ledge and look at that outside. And I just remember, and there's like a forest in the back. And I just remember the only thing that did see me was this dark thing in the back of the forest. And it had two red eyes. And it was just staring at me. So like I was peering into spirits or whatever that couldn't see me, or into maybe into what's it called? Maybe into the past or something. I feel like time is not linear, and children, when they're so young, they see everything, and I have that memory. Because they were just living their lives with their little feathers and their colonial dress. I didn't even know what all that stuff was. I was a little girl. And but the thing with the red eyes was piercing at me, and I felt that it was bad, but I felt that I was protected. Like God was protecting me, like I was highly protected, so it couldn't get close to me. So Paul says there was 3 sisters, but we only see 3 stories. The one called Medusa. Interesting, yeah, because you looked up when I looked up Gorgon, it looks like there's more than one. Medusa is the one with the snake's hair. But all 3 sisters very strong, amazing power. One of the sisters could change landscapes with a scream. It's kind of like the banshee, the screaming, but changing landscapes. Were they good? Were they known to be good, or were they known to be evil? Or was it like, they did both, Kaz says, hi, pretty. You can get my book free. That's funny. Yeah, so what were they? It says the Gorgons were 3 monstrous sisters, Thenos, Euryale, and Medusa. known for their terrifying appearance, including faces that could turn onlookers to stone, and often depicted with snakes for hair wings and sharp fangs. Interesting. But where were they? Let me see if I can find a little bit of
mythology's most recognizable entities. When we think of Gorgons, Medusa immediately comes to mind. Gorgons are fearsome female creatures who have snake-like hair and are often portrayed with a snake's tail for legs, whilst also being winged. Even though Medusa's name is a synonym for a Gorgon, she was not the only one to exist. She had two sisters, Stheno and Uriel. The three were daughters of the ancient sea deities Phorkys and Keto. Meeting such a monster was as good as a death sentence. They were masterful archers, but the real danger came when facing the Gorgon. All those who looked it in the eye were instantly turned to stone. There are several versions about the origin of the Gorgons, some of which say they were born as similar to the creatures we know. According to one of the less famous versions of the myth, the three sisters were extremely beautiful at birth, so much so that they could be likened to the goddess Athena. But they were evil beings, and their resemblance to Athena sullied the goddess's reputation. Athena thus transformed the evil deities into horrid, hideous beings. But Ovid's version is the best known. Medusa was a beautiful priestess from Athena's temple, who was coveted by Poseidon, the god of the seas. He violently possessed her inside the goddess's temple. Enraged to see her temple desecrated, Athena turned the beautiful young girl into the dark creature that would come to be known as a Gorgon. This vile creature then attracted the attention of brave warriors who tried to exterminate Medusa. But even the most skilled and experienced warriors were turned to stone. Perseus was only able to...
So apparently, so this is from See You in History Mythology. So apparently, what was I going to say? Apparently, they were all evil, honestly. They were all evil. Give me 1 second. If you guys, are not, I saw some mean comments. If you guys are not happy here, just go. I don't leave mean comments to people. I just don't. If I don't like them, I just move on. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So apparently the Gorgons they were evil the whole time. That's so interesting. I didn't know that. So Paul says most mythical creatures also and angels and demons can be both good and evil, not like that you see in movies. Oh, so there's storylines where Medusa and her sisters were good and they helped people. That's so interesting. And on says, yeah, the Greeks saw their gods as having both good and evil, just like the humans they created. Interesting. So finding that duality, I love that, nobody's perfect. It's kind of I really do like the Fae. And the thing is, with fairies and all that stuff, just nature spirits, and I think there are nature spirits that protect nature and all of that, and I think maybe they don't always look like Tinkerbell, and I think there's duality in that. There's good and bad, just like humans, there's so much duality here. That's a funny comment. Rizlar says, do you eat humans? I mean, I don't know. What does Jeremy here have to say for himself, Mr. Jerry? Where it says, sorry, I cannot focus on. Oh, thank you. You're a favorite girl. Aw, thanks. You're sweet. Let me see. The Minotaur. It's so funny because when I was in school, the Greek class was, I found it interesting, but the way they taught it was so boring. But movies helped me, I don't know, visualize it a little bit better. But Greek mythology is super interesting, and a lot of people really do believe in a lot of the lore and stuff. I wonder if like Bigfoot and things like that are in the future going to be seen as a deity. Do you know what I mean? Because we have legends of the Bigfoot, or what's that one creature that like flies? He's like Bigfoot but flying around. In the Wendigo. The Wendigo. That one is horrifying. He's like a Bigfoot with wings that just eats people. Where is he seen? There are a lot of encounters of the Wendigo in the U.S. too. Wendigo encounters. Yeah, there's like a lot of. Let's see, Manitowoc County, Swamp State. That's interesting. Okay, let me catch up to the comments. Let's see. Thank you, Nicholas. Paul says, have you also seen the origin of the unicorn? No, I am intrigued because it sounds girly. Let's see. The origin of unicorns. Let's see. The origin of unicorns is a myth with roots in ancient history, possibly stemming from misidentified animals and Indian rhinoceroses. That's from the Google AI. Let me see if there's something else. Unicorn's legendary creature has been described since antiquity as a beast with... I love the fact that it's... Sorry, my light fell. I don't know if you guys can still see me clearly. Let's see if I can move it. I love the fact that it's a concept of like a magical creature that has helped humans with magical horns, you know? Kind of like a fae creature. I don't know the origins. It's kind of hard because the AI is just saying that it was just like a confusion. It says the unicorn sort of spawned from Greece. Except it wasn't a legend. They actually believed it was a real animal, which is why you don't see unicorns in Greek mythology, but you do see them in their writings on natural history. Interesting. Okay. So, Country Kirby says, my uncle says he heard something like Bigfoot. No way. Did you see the paw prints? I remember when like people were going crazy for Bigfoot. So, Keely, I see that you keep writing in another language. I can't translate it on the live. If you can translate it before sending, I would appreciate it. I can only translate it after I live, like it on a past video, and I usually answer, but I can't translate it on live. Country said, we also hear something sound like a crying baby in the pasture. That is creepy. And you live in the, like, there's no crying baby. Have you ever gone... Country Kirby, have you ever gone to see what it was in the pasture? Oh my god. And is there, like, there's just no way that there's, like, you hear a crying baby. It feels like a trap a little bit. I don't know. Nicholas is your favorite. Oh, thanks. And it says chupacabra. Oh my god, the chupacabra. It's so funny because the chupacabra got blamed for a lot of things that now people believe gray aliens did. So, like, there's this whole conspiracy theory that the U.S. government made a deal with gray aliens for technology, but part of the deal was we can experiment on your people in the 60s. And then that's when they started seeing all these weird deaths with cows, just like missing body parts, disintegrated cows, like perfect circular missing. Like the cow would have like a perfect cylinder cut out. It was like gross and disgusting all over the US. And then the thing was, you had two types of people. You had the people saying, it's the chupacabra, it's the chupacabra. And other people, especially in Hispanic areas, and other people saying, it's the aliens. Not back then, not in the 60s, but more so now. A lot of people think it's, well, also they did have an alien craze because a lot of people started saying back then that they were getting abducted. That's where the theory starts, the pact or the government. And then so you have that where people are saying, no, it was the greatest experimenting on cows and on people, but they didn't kill the people. And, or it was a chupacabra. Nicholas says, Anonymous says, I love all my community. Anonymous says, it's clear. What's clear? The chupacabra? Hello, friend. Hello. Paul says, you also have so many stories of dragons from everywhere in the world. You can find the names of each dragon in their stories. I am so intrigued. A lot of people believe that you can tune in to dragons spiritually. I knew this girl that she would meditate and she would tell me that in the spirit realm she worked with dragons. And one day she was so nice to me. This girl always I felt like always brought me good luck. And I got along. She was so cool. And one day she came and she brought me this little tiny dragon. I still have it. And it has positive vibes to it. So I have a little cool dragon somewhere that she gave me. So I think everything is out there in the spirit realm, which is so cool. And she said they were very knowledgeable and whatnot. So, what was I gonna say? Also, dragon tales. Da na na da 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 da. Did you guys ever watch Dragon Tales? I watched it all the time. I love Dragon Tales. So apparently Dragon Tales has esoteric, spiritual meaning behind it. It was based on actual ritual from somewhere else. Let me look up where it was. Dragon Tales song based from... I love Dragon Tales, by the way. I was obsessed with it. It felt so magical. Maybe it was. Oh, crap. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. The problem with Google is that they... things like this is so hard to find. I have to go to, TikTok and stuff because they hide it, which is annoying. But I had seen that it was, there was, a tribe somewhere that had a similar song, and they did believe that dragons were real, and they would sing a similar song to protect their children. And then that Dragon Tale song was pulled from that. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe it's in my liked... Dragon Tales. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Let me see something. Dragon Tales based. Okay.
But if I told you, a show I grew up on as a kid, Dragon Tale, is based on a true story. Yes. Not no cartoon, y'all. Dragon Tales is based
so this is from QB Oxley.
On people of the Appalachians, Celtic, and the spiritual communities from there. It said that Dragon Tales was a ritual for kids at that. It is said that children gather in a circle and repeat an almost identical chant they used to say in the show. I wish with all my heart to fly with dragon in the land apart. That's a spell, y'all. Come on.
That's
right
a spell.
Those of that group.
I would say that over and over again.
Yeah, Dragon Tales was a little spiritual for young kids. Parents believe their children were accessing a dragon realm. Yes, y'all, a real land of dragons. So they would use dragon stone or dragon figurine.
And I wanted a little cool crystal stone from Dragon Tales. I wanted it so badly.
Into some form of trance type states. Parents allowed it because they believed this realm would make their children wiser, braver, and protect them from all illnesses. So was called dragon dreaming. Some way, somehow, someone decided to bring the ritual back in the form of Emmy and Matt into a TV show. So across the world, across the country, all the children can be singing the same chant. God knows where that energy goes. Because I know I was saying it left and right.
I was singing it left and right too. But it was, so the people, I guess it was Celtic people. I don't know if I missed that exactly. So there's yeah, I don't know. He didn't say if it was a tribe or something. He just said like it has Celtic lore. But yeah, people would sing a similar song asking the dragons to protect their children. And it seems like that song is close to the theme song of Dragon Tales. And with the crystal and everything. And I really wanted a magical crystal. And I remember as a kid, there's another book. I read a book that about rainbow hair. This girl growing the longest rainbow hair, and she did magic. I had to like all the TV shows were based on magic back then. There was influence. Okay, Annika says you're a sweetheart. Thanks. Paul says one time when I was young, I thought I see a pig in the sea, so I swim out to save it. But I never find it. And the next day, the local newspapers, there was a child that was saved by sea rescue in my town. Whoa! You thought you saw a pig at sea, but it was a child? I'm happy the child got saved. I mean, I guess from far away, it could maybe look like a pig. Ours is beautiful. Thank you. I finally, thanks. Men of culture, glad we meet. Okay, Paul says that is true, sis. There is many sites that explain it to find dragon that you are connected to. Interesting. Okay. Dragon Tales. Country Girl was singing it. I was like, honey, thanks. Dragon Tales. I love, now I kind of watch it again. I loved all those magical movies. Huang says, okay, that's one even I have never heard of. That's for sure rare. Really? Paul says you can see also the story of the Dragon Queen. Very interesting. Yeah, I have to rewatch it too. And welcome, Wong. One of my favorite cartoons as a kid too. Yes, it was the best. Hello. No. Okay. Anonymous says some creatures like the Sphinx or chimeras were also said to be symbolic, because they were made of parts of creatures that were dangerous to humans. Interesting. So the Sphinx, what is that? Like half? Well, so it's, I mean, I just think of the naked cat. I know you're talking about the Egyptian like Sphinx, right? But that it's like, I don't find the cat that dangerous. I don't know, unless it was like a lion or something. I'm trying to put two and two together right now. Maybe I misunderstood. Paul says the true story of Good King Wenceslas is also very interesting. Ooh, what is it about? Tell us. And it says, like the head of a lion, body of a snake, claws of an eagle, etc. Yeah, I get it now. Because it's lion, snake, eagle. Yes. It's funny how, like, serpents are seen as dangerous. It's just, I think emotionally for us, it's easier to connect with, lions are seen as dangerous because they're huge, right? But it's easier for us to connect with a lion than with a snake. I have grabbed snakes before, like at the pet store and stuff. But there's something about mammals that we have a similar connection to. You know, mammal to mammal, like we can connect more, I feel like. Because you're a sweetheart, thanks. Again, I see some people commenting in other languages. I can't read it. So, if you can translate it before you send it, I appreciate it, because I can't translate on the live. Huang says, I study druid magic, so I will ask my druid if there's anything like that. Ooh, let us know. That is so interesting. I'm intrigued with the druid magic. Anana says, a modern movie is Inside Out, which does something similar. It teaches about the multiple mind theory that's the basis in some psychology models. What is the multiple mind theory? Multiple mind theory. Okay, the multiple mind theory most commonly refers to Howard Gardner's theory as multiple intelligence, which proposes intelligence is not single ability but a set of distinct abilities like linguistic, logical, mathematical, musical. Yeah, there's different types of intelligences. Let me look up the movie Inside Out. Oh, like the animation. I actually never saw it. Because I was already kind of grown when it came out, so I was like, yeah, cartoon. But it's probably a good movie. Paul says, I have a friend from the Congo, and he explained to me that when their parents watch their children, they put gorilla bones in the water. It is to make child believe that they're strong like a gorilla. You know what? That I feel like that works because your mind is so powerful, it creates your reality. So you telling your children that they are extremely strong and making them believe it, I feel like this is woo-woo, but I do believe in this. I feel like their cells, if they believe it, their cells will become stronger. They will become stronger. I don't know. They'll grow into, like, just repetition. You become what you believe, always. You become what you eat, too. You become your thoughts, your reality. So definitely actually believe in that. I would totally do, maybe not with real bones, but I would do that. Like if I had a kid, I would be like, you're so smart. I'm so happy. Look at that. You're the best kid ever. I'm just going to be affirmations mom, you know? Of course, discipline is important too. They can't be like, you know, respect is good too and, you know, all that. But, you know, you get what I'm saying. Mona says your teeth look like ghost teeth. Ooh. Huang says a sphinx has a human head, the body of a lion, and the wings of an eagle. That's so scary. The human head. Wait, it's a little bit different from what I read earlier. That the serpent part scared me more. Chris says nice teeth again. I missed them the other day. Oh, not related, but Sweetwater, Texas had a rattlesnake festival each year. A rattlesnake festival? I mean, that's pretty cool. What, you guys show off different rattlesnakes? You know, when I was in Arizona, I would go hiking. Oh my God. Have you guys gone down the whole, this is a whole other discussion. But on TikTok, there are people that are broadcasting because they're kind of trapped on Mount Everest. Like there's like hikers, but it's like I feel bad for the people who are trapped, but at the same time, like I feel bad for the rescuers. Those people are like poor and stuff. Like it's like a whole other. Anyways, but I went off on a tangent. So on in Arizona, I used to like hike in the mornings with one of my friends, and we would hear like rattlesnakes in the mornings, like you knew. But I don't think I've never seen one in person. They just like rattle away when you go hiking in the desert mountains. Dylan says hi. Huang says that also sounds like they are drinking the essence of the power of the gorilla into themselves. The type of magic used in ancient times. Yes. Totally. Everything is energy, you know, definitely. It's also like when you eat food, that's energy too, like it's an essence too. And it's good to practice putting good energy into before you eat the food. Anana says not multiple intelligence, multiple mind theory. It is that our mind is made of multiple sub-personalities. Each of them have a role that activate based on the situation. Oh, that's totally true. I feel like I'm myself with you guys, but if I am in a weird, like, dangerous situation, I might not be as kind. I'll activate, like, wallop, direct, Paulina, you know, like if I'm in I think it's also, like, it depends on, like, if I'm in, like, where, what is that called? When your nervous system is activated, like, you're more in a fight or flight situation type of thing, Like if I feel like I'm being followed or something, or someone's trying to like get something over me, or like I might like just be like, or harassed or something. Like my personality as open, friendly Paulina might close off, and I will be assertive to scare you away, because like like it's good to have boundaries too. Like with you guys, I can be totally cool and happy, but it's good to protect your personality. You have yes, I have a friendly personality, but I also have an aspect of me that will defend myself. So yeah, personality changes per situation. I totally agree with that. So it sounds like a form of wait, what is animism? Tell us. I'm not familiar with animism, but if you want to learn more, you can look up IFS Zhongyang analysis. When one is in danger, panicking. Yeah, it depends. So people, I feel like if you're in danger, yes, adrenaline is good, but like also trying to clear your mind to assess the situation and have the best outcome. And sometimes panicking is not the best, but a little bit of it is good because it gives you a little bit of an adrenaline. I don't know how to explain it too. Paul says the story of Azrael, the angel of death, is very interesting. Let's look at that. Azrael, the angel of death. Okay. Azrael is known as the angel of death in Islamic, Jewish, and other traditions. So he's kind of like, what is that? The Grim Reaper. Oh, there's a TV show that I used to watch as a kid with my dad, and it was like this lady. It has it's so funny. It has the weirdest. This lady's walking outside, and she has the worst luck ever. A toilet seat falls from the International Space Station, and it just falls like through space, and it's a ball of fire, and the toilet seat lands on her, and she dies. And then because she was like a mediocre person, like she wasn't like evil, but she worked in a call center that scammed old people. And I think maybe I'm mixing up the movies, but she was a mediocre person, right? She was the type of person that would work at a call center scamming old people with medicine, but she didn't murder anybody, and she treated her family well. It was like mediocre, like not the best. Scamming old people is pretty bad, So like, but also had some aspects in her life where she was good and helped people. So that was her life, like not the best person, right? But not evil. So when she died via toilet seat, her job, she was told, you cannot go to heaven and you cannot go to hell because you are smack in the middle. So your job is to be a Grim Reaper. And she was like already kind of a depressed, cold person. And then she had to be a Grim Reaper. And she did not have the best relationship with her mom at that time. And then she could roam around the earth, but other people saw her differently. So she went to go see her mom, and she's not allowed to. One of her coworkers caught her. And her mom thought she was some crazy lady because she didn't look like her daughter, So it was a very interesting movie because she was kind of like paying back for not being the best person by turning into a Grim Reaper for pets. On top of that, she was a Grim Reaper for pets. So she would go, and when pets were dying, like family pets or whatever, she would go and take the soul of the pet. And then as time went by, she grew as a person. She found more empathy and things like that. Okay, so let me catch up on the comments. Okay, sorry, I need to stretch out my leg. So Huang says animism comes from the Latin anima, or soul. So animism is basically soulism. It's the idea that there's no such thing as anything inanimate or without a soul. Everything has cells in our bodies. Oh, that's interesting. Everything is living. I mean, I feel like there's people who think they're, and I'll do that too, like thank yourselves. Like they're working so hard. Thank you for keeping my body so healthy, you know? Just like water, it forms crystals. I feel like, yeah, everything does have some sort of awareness, you know? Even like the atoms of this, or I don't know, it's weird, or my chair. Juan says, and our clothing possessors are actually alive and can think. Yeah, I don't know about maybe a different type of intelligence or aliveness than humans. But totally, I totally see that. Anna says, no, I haven't seen that one. Oh, okay, he's showing one. Paul says, so can you find so many interesting stories in the books that are expelled from the Bible? Yes, I find that so interesting. I wonder, it kind of like it is weird that they took so many stories out from the Bible. But yes, you can find so many interesting. I definitely follow a girl that all she does is talk about the Book of Enoch. I'm intrigued with her mermaid stuff, which she believes is, according to the Book of Enoch, mermaids are real and they're the children of the Nephilim, which is the fallen angel, if I'm not wrong, or they are the Nephilim. They're the children of fallen angel and mortal women, and they were condemned to the sea. And then that's the marine kingdom. Dun, dun, dun. So Juan says, animism is a sort of universal across religions and cultures, but especially in shamanic beliefs. Even in the Bible, streams of running water are called living waters. Yes, I mean, even with like the book that I was reading with the Japanese scientist, he was looking at the crystallization in water when you spoke to it, and when you would say good and nice things to the water, it would create these beautiful crystallizations. But then if you said negative things, it would create these horrible crystals, which is like, is showing that it feels our energy. They're alive, you know? One second. When you say shamanic beliefs, I want to understand the definition of that exactly. Shamanic beliefs center the idea that spirits exist and they play a role in human life, and the shaman can act as an intermediary between the human and spirit worlds to heal, guide, and bring balance. Okay, I get it. There's spirits everywhere. It's showing shaman with horns, with like very long, like deer-like horns. Paul says, yeah, I know that series. So much fun. Oh, yeah, you've seen the series. What is it called? Do you remember the name? She helps the dead on their way. Her mom does not like any kinds of words like really. That's funny. Van and the Man, welcome. Van and the Man says, please don't forget to double tap the screen, hit the like button, subscribe, everyone. Yes, please do. Thank you. WAP says vampire teeth. Yes, vampire teeth. So yeah, I see I have 22 people here. I was just talking about this TV show. If anybody can remember the name that I saw as a kid, it was so weird and it was intriguing. There was a toilet seat that became loose from the International Space Station, okay? And this toilet seat fell through space, fell through the ether, all through space, into Earth. And it landed, like it became a fireball, and it landed on a girl, and she died. And she was a mediocre girl, not the best human. I think, if I'm not wrong, I think she was scamming people, or she was just not the best human. And because she wasn't the best human, she was not allowed to go to heaven or hell, and they forced her to become a Grim Reaper. What movie is that? What TV show is that? I remember liking it a lot. It was really cool. And she learned, and she had to take people's souls, but it was of pets, if I'm not wrong. Paul says, remember Aleister Crowley, he once said, do what thou wilt shall be thou be. Sorry, let me read that again. Remember Aleister Crowley said, he said once, do what thou will shall be the whole of the law. Do what you want. I understand. Is that what you mean? I did hear Aleister Crowley was a little bit dark. He was summoning like darker entities, if I'm not wrong. It could be propaganda, but that's what I heard. WAP says, dead like me. Yes, dead like me. Oh my god, it was such. Let me look it up. I just want to look at the thumbnail. Dead like. I still have the dragon tales. Dun, dun, dead like me TV show. Yes, dead like me. This was so good. I love it. Yeah, I have to rewatch this. This was really good. Me was the name of the show you're referring to. Thank you, WAP, and thank you, Paul. And it says, that's like the Wiccan Creed, do what you will, but hurt no one. Oh, but hurt no one. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, because that's the biggest thing for me. Just like, you know, treat someone with kindness, love and happiness, you know? Anyways, well, Paul says, a lot of people who talk with him go crazy. Also, he once called up to show his powers. Really? Oh, see? I don't know about that. I would rather connect with a higher entity that, you know, spreads maybe good knowledge, you know, and not chaos. But anyways, you guys, it was a pleasure. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.